Begin afresh every morning. Devotional thoughts for women.
Good morning, dear friends. Today, April 21st, 2023, our devotional is entitled Evil Strategies. The scripture reading is taken from 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 20. Immediately Saul fell full length on the ground, and was dreadfully afraid because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no food all day or all night. Saul fainted, and the enemy mocked his fate. That's the way Satan works. He makes you fall into temptation, and then he mocks you. He seduces you, and then makes you think there is no hope for you because God will not forgive you. He presented God as Saul's enemy. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 16. But the Lord never turned away a soul that came to him in sincerity and humility. Thus, the arch-fiend clothed with his own attributes, the creator and benefactor of mankind. Cruelty is satanic. God is love, and all that he created was pure, holy, and lovely, until sin was brought in by the first great rebel. Satan himself is the enemy who tempts man to sin and then destroys him if he can. And when he has made sure of his victim, then he exults in the ruin he has wrought. If permitted, he would sweep the entire race into his net. Were it not for the interposition of divine power, not one son or daughter of Adam would escape. Lucifer dressed himself as an angel of light to tempt Jesus, and he disguised himself as Samuel to torment Saul when he was fasting, not having slept, weak, and in anguish. If Saul had repented, he would have had the same victory that Jesus had on the Mount of Temptation. Had Saul confessed his sins, gathered all Israel together, told them of his weakness, and led the host in a renewed dedication to the Lord, the outcome of the battle might have been vastly different. By holding before the king the apparent hopelessness of any pardon and the vastness of his rebellion against God, Satan succeeded in completely discouraging Saul and leading him on to his ruin. Unmask the enemy. When he suggests to you that your illnesses and problems come from God, read passages from the Bible that remind you of God's love and repeat them out loud as Jesus did. Praise the name of God, and the enemy will abandon his attack. The Lord has done this thing to you. 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 18 said Saul's enemy, using the same old trick. But it was not God who had done it, but rather Saul suffered the consequences of his decisions. God wanted to save him, but Saul would not listen to God's warning, and he worked out his own destiny. Be careful not to put limits on God. Allow him to act in your life, since he knows what is best for your salvation. The next time a tragedy occurs, you can say that you know who is behind it all.